Ever had that moment when you're sipping your morning brew and bam, a tune hits you and you think, this is the soundtrack to my life? Well, what if I told you that finding the perfect background music for your videos could be just as delightfully unexpected? Stick around and I'll spill the beans on how to make your videos sing without missing a sip of your favourite Java. Picture this, you're in a candy store, but instead of sweets, it's jam-packed with every genre of music imaginable. Overwhelming? Absolutely. Diving right into the abyss of music choices can feel like an eternal scroll on Netflix. Hell on earth. But fear not, because it's time to sidestep this freeze of indecision, and the antidote is to trust your gut. If you opt for tunes that make your heart skip a beat and that work for you, you're much more likely to find the rhythm that resonates with your audience in the same way too. But how do you learn to really trust those tingles? Well, forget about algorithms and analytics for a second. Instead, just choose something you actually like. If a track doesn't move you in any way, just ditch it. Because the right background music feels like finding a $20 bill in your pocket. Unexpectedly awesome. So pick a track that gives you the chills, the kind that makes you say, oh, it's like they know me. That's your winner. Trusting your instincts is a key skill to hone. So let's dig a little deeper. Remember when you chose that spicy taco over the salad? Best decision ever? Well, that's your instincts winning. So apply that same fiery decision making to picking your background music. It's all about vibing and refining, repetition and practice. So if a track makes your spine tingle, it's likely to be your video's soulmate in musical form. Remember, when you're sampling and auditioning sounds, trust this inner guiding light and really get into the swing of how each track makes you feel. However, not every tune is the chart topper it purports to be. Beware the sirens, because there are hidden hazards that you need to avoid. So let's take a look. Okay, grown-up talk, I'm afraid. Licensing. Trying to figure out music licensing can sometimes feel like decoding ancient hieroglyphics. It's like the bouncer at the club. You've got to get past it to have a good time. And while syncing your video to hits from famous artists might seem cool, it's a one-way ticket to Lawsuit City or a copyright strike. So what are the options? Actually, there are two: free or paid grooves. Creative Commons anthems and public domain classics do work. But for you, the savvy content creator, royalty-free tunes are your all-access pass to total convenience. They let you craft your masterpiece with quality soundtracks and dodge any legal curveballs to help you sleep soundly at night. But there are some things you need to know when choosing your royalty-free tunes, because there's a whole universe of royalty-free music websites at your fingertips, which is awesome sauce. But remember our chat from before, having a gazillion options can leave you like a deer in the headlights. That's why it's key to have the know-how to narrow down your music selection to the creme de la creme to give you momentum and save you time. And here's how. Use the search filters at royalty-free music sites to limit your options. Decide what emotion you want to convey and filter your search like a pro. Also, keep in mind that the price tag on tunes can vary as much as music genres, which might narrow down your options too. That's why it's a smart move to scope the pricing model. So, an all-you-can-eat subscription or pay per track. And it's important to pick the perfect plan for your projects. One thing's for sure, whether you're a starving artist or a big spender, there's a plan with your name on it, so choose wisely and your wallet will thank you. And while we're talking killer tips, here's a lowdown on finding the ultimate background music for your videos. Instrumental track versions usually steal the show as background music compared to vocal tracks. Why? Because they don't step on the toes of your voiceover. So when you're queuing up your playlist, you might want instrumental versions to take the lead. Plus, some royalty-free music sites are like your personal editing wizards, offering various different music track versions that can zap hours off your editing time. So going for the multi-version option over the single track could be like hitting the fast-forward button on your editing process. Something to consider when making your initial music track choice. Now, as you probably know, knowing how to listen is important to coming up with the right music. So here's a real golden nugget. Crank up the volume and dive into the music with a stereo audition. It's like having a front row ticket to your favourite band. In stereo, you'll catch every nuance, which allows you to make more reliable music selections. Plus you can relax because a stellar stereo mix worth its salt is going to sound fab on a cell phone in mono too. And here's another tip that's worth its weight in likes. Audio Gold is the key to unlocking your video's full potential. So give your videos the platinum treatment with high-fidelity audio files. Typically, royalty-free background music comes in both MP3 and superior audio formats like WAV, AIFF or AAC. Choosing the latter just makes everything better. And just like that, you're a maestro of background music. It's just one of the components of a comprehensive music strategy that will give you the know-how, the tools, and the creative license to make your videos really pop. Remember, when in doubt, go with what gets your heart racing. And quick, check your coffee. Still warm? Then we've done our job. So now go forth and soundtrack your masterpiece.